Assalamualaikum.
Merhaba,
Khushamedid.
hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel with Mia
Biwi
Aur
Aur TV.
Welcome guys to yet another review of Pakistani
Yes.
dramas. I don't know what to call it. Sometimes I say episode, sometimes I say review.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a review, but is it a review or are we just sharing our opinions? I'm a little confused about that. Help us, tell us what our channel is
In the
about.
comments, tell us.
Oh no, I felt like my eyelash went in my eye. Bad timing. Sorry about that, had to check, and thankfully there is nothing in my eye, but just sometimes, my eyelash falls on my hair, or
Yes.
we have a cat, so maybe cat hair.
Can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, literally cat hair is in the air. Guys, the cat owners feel us. They can relate to this. Okay, let's start without much ado, without further. Wow. In trying to be quick and I delayed the whole thing. Okay, let's start. Today's lineup. First, let's
Yes.
talk about today's lineup. We have Behroopia.
But before,
But before
Dastak.
Behroopia, we will be
Dastak.
reviewing Dastak, Behroopia, and then Sher.
her.
Okay, so Dastak.
Dastak. Yes.
What did you think of the whole...
Feroz uncle. No.
No, not Feroz uncle. About the whole court episode. Like court episode as in the hearing with the judge and lawyers and the build up to it, and then the actual scene with it, blah blah blah.
One
And
thing-
that verdict of the court.
I was imagining it will be proper court maybe.
Actually, I feel
The
like
boy will be there, but it would be
No.
too much pressure for him also.
for boy, these are usually family courts. I think they showed more realistically. That adds more drama. You're in a courtroom and this and that kind of thing. But this is more like
honor, like
Your Honor,
Your Honor.
objection.
yeah, object.
But that's like a criminal court case,
They are like shouting at
Yeah,
like
this is-
Shani. Imagine like
Yeah.
say the truth.
Yes, and there are police officers around. I mean, why? Why would that be? So, anyways, yeah.
Okay, so honestly, the outcome was nice. Like fine
Yeah.
outcome. At least we are happy with the outcome. So Shani will stay with her with his mother. But the thing is, of course, his real father will see him twice a month. They said
Yes,
twice a
but
month.
with the mother's consent,
mother's
and her
consent.
approval. Yes,
Of course, right now he's thinking some other things, but we will come
Yeah.
to that. And what can I say more? I mean, the court scene, I was satisfied, I can say.
It was fine. I like the acting of the judge. I like the acting
Yeah.
of the lawyers. I was saying just to add them while we were watching the show. Usually, what happens in Pakistani shows is, unfortunately, that when you have side characters that will come just for one scene in the
Yeah.
entire drama. For example, the judge, we saw him for the first time, probably the last time. What happens is you usually hire very people who are not good at acting, and
Yeah.
it's so it's so much visible that you're like a little cringe.
True.
Like the judge in what was the drama Aish Ke Junoon, remember? He was like
Yeah.
okay, maybe that's the director's fault also, where he said, why would a judge clap like this? Anyways, okay, that
Dilwale
aside,
Gali mein also there was
but
judge,
Dilwale Gali Mein was better.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I will say is the acting of the lawyers and the judge was actually nice. Like it was believable to me.
Yeah.
And for the scene, I will say, finally, by the way, they spent maybe 4 episodes building up to this court whole scenario of Feroz uncle plotting with with Saif, and then Saif sneaking the phone, then Khala, Fiza also becoming she's not involved in the court scene per se, but she also came in these episodes. So I'm just saying the build-up was too long. Like we've been saying for weeks now that they are dragging Dastak, which I still stick to my point.
Yeah.
And as I said, I liked the court scene. It was good. It was fine. Everything was fine. Except for the fact that with this delay, one night before, Kiran goes and talks to Shani. One night before.
By
We
the
were
way,
waiting, talk.
Do you remember when the judge asked Shani, when did your mom say or something?
He said,
Last night. He was like, last night.
Kal raat.
ये बात आपको किसने बताई बेटा?
ये मेरी मामा ने बताई थी कल रात को.
I'm like, first of all, you have to prepare your child. You should one night before you're bombing him with such a big news.
Too much.
You know,
Too
so
big
it's so
something.
big. Even though he already knew, because Saf had sneaked a cell phone and he had been telling him these things already. And she discovered also this one night before. Okay, that discovery adds to the dramatic, but talking to Shani this late, I think that Dastak doesn't need to do these things. Dastak is a good drama. I feel like they are pushing to add some drama into drama.
Okay,
and
but
so they're pushing, just one night for, because we are like, what will Shani do? What will Shani say this? Will Shani say
Okay, but I will say one thing.
beats him?
That show is okay. I agree with you. But for example, what can they add to the story also? They like married
I am
with
saying
Moise.
they don't need to add this kind of drama. Dastak
what
is
can
not
they
like a
add,
drama
what?
like Sher.
What can they add?
Don't
from
add
that? I feel like the
this.
story is almost finished right now.
Exactly. So
Almost.
don't add this like one night before we are like, what will there's a better way to do this, because Karan is Karan.
Karan? Kiran or
Kiran, I just changed the gender of Kiran. Kiran is so smart for her to wait until the one night before talking to Shani, bombarding him with such big news of his
Also,
life.
before that, she was saying to Shani like he's not your real father or something. Once, I guess she said that. In the
in
wedding or
anger. I
something.
mean, that's understandable, but how many days had passed
Yeah.
and you just chose one night before? I feel like it's not realistic. I don't think in real life she would be doing this. You would prepare your child
Honestly, I
earlier.
didn't get stuck on this.
I am, because I was like, but before she did that, you were also like, you should tell Shani, you should tell Shani.
No, that was, I was saying that, yes. But in real life, I don't know, some mothers maybe can do that. It wasn't very much, how can she do that? Like,
No,
I wasn't
some
thinking like
mothers,
that.
yes, but a mother like Kiran, I don't think it suits her personality that they've shown. She's so smart and like very put together and everything. Of course, she has her moments where Moise is always like, don't worry, everything will be fine. But Moise was saying her that you should talk to Shani and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay, I will get over that point. I am fine with that. Okay, good job and stuff. So this episode finishes and we see, okay, yay, good. And then we move on to the next episode of this, which was Saturday's episode. And then we see, because Saif is like, his lawyer is saying, I told you shouldn't have said that Moise hits the child. You should have said your ex-wife's character is questionable. She cheated on you. And he's like, I would never say that.
Such a bad something,
My son's mother has a loose character. And we are thinking here,
Like, how can a lawyer say this? Like,
I think lawyers' duty is to win you your case, right?
but, like,
This bluntly, maybe not, but they
yes.
can hint these things. I think that wasn't for me that implausible, but yeah. Like, the devil's advocate. I mean, if you watch the movie, the lawyer's thing is to make you win the case. But anyways, what I will say is, then Moise is like, no. So I keep mixing these names. Saif is like, no. And he says that I will not say this. So I'm like, oh yes, he's on a redemption arc.
we were thinking like that.
But no.
Then no.
Because he meets with Feroz and he says, Feroz uncle, and he says, will you do one more favor for me? Will you help me kidnap my own son and take him to Canada? Slow clapping for Saif. Slow like this.
Or this, like.
Chamat, he needs a chamat. So
Tapper.
yeah. So anyway, other than Kabir Mamu and Fiza Khala going strong dating wise.
Yeah.
And the only thing that is another irritating character, as if Saif and Feroz uncle weren't enough.
And there is one more.
Fiza Khala has been added. Who again, I have this issue with Dastak. I am not saying that you should just show perfect human beings, because in real life there isn't any perfect person. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has their biases and prejudices. You can be angel to some people in your life, and you can be Diane to other people in your life, which I understand. But the way they are making them seem like angel. And then fully shaitan, that is not. You can be like, you are more grey. They are showing like Feroz uncle is an angel. He's cried when he lost his daughter. He is an angel with his sister-in-law. He loves his wife. but he is hating, he's not even giving Kiran a chance. He is hating Shani. He just wants to get rid of Shani. And also now we know his clear intentions. When Kiran has the child, Moises' child, he wants to take the child and push Kiran out of Moises' life and get that all such evil. Where is all this coming from? His character hasn't been justified like this. And the other thing, Fiza, Khala, coming from abroad. Oh, and now we discovered this episode. Oh, she didn't marry the second time because she was taking care of her dead husband's family. Wow, what a generous woman. Mashallah, pure, clean heart, white-hearted woman. But she's all the time squabbling with Kiran. She's all the time thinking, oh, Kiran, you are this, you are like... Doesn't justify.
Maybe when she comes to Pakistan, she's becoming like in Behroopia, you know, like
yeah, she has a split personality. I don't know. So guys, what do you think about these characters? Do you think they are proper or like what's happening here?
Write in the comments.
Yes, because Fiza Khala is like, she's too much. Oh, did you even ask why Kiran got divorced? I think you are blindly in love with her. Did you even question her why she got divorced? Why her husband divorced her? Even though she was the one who had asked Saif for divorce, whatever. And you are just following her blindly or just whatever. And then he says, I did talk to her. She did tell me. Oh, but you are blindly, like, he's answering your question.
She just met Saif actually one time, I guess, in the wedding. Then on the phone they talked.
Who's the blind one? Who's the prejudiced one?
Yeah, like there is not
actually
much.
Kiran says very nice to her when they have their little confrontation. Kiran says that even she says, I think you are not what you seem to be. You're not like, you are two-faced, kind of calling her. And she says that sometimes when you've already made up your mind about someone, then you can't really see the truth in that other person, which was exactly true for Fiza Khala. But one thing I really liked in this episode, usually you go behind other person's back to complain about someone.
Yeah, she
in front of Fiza Khala talked to her own mother-in-law that, do you have a problem with me? Because Fiza Khala says you have some shikayat from me, do you? So, you know, so I really like that confrontational nature.
I want some reaction from the people. Like, for example, I would like to see some reaction from the mother-in-law, like about her sister, you know.
But we've seen she's been mild from the start of I mean, from since her character got introduced.
And Moise, for example, also that Moise
Khala went on his mother.
No, like for example, that Khala, the name I'm like, it's hard to say. I don't know. Fiza Khala. So like she's for example talking very bitter to Kiran.
Bitter.
But
and another word starts with B.
Okay. But Moise is, for example, why are you doing this, Khala? Why are you doing this, Khala?
Maybe his nature is more like. By the way, Fiza Khala should have been Moises' Fiza Puppo, because she seems more like to be sister of Firoz uncle. Like her nature is more like Firoz uncle, honestly. Blind hatred, blind prejudice. Firoz uncle has no reason. Kiran has been living there. There is no reason. And his justification, I only want a dad to be with his son. No, that's not what you want. You just want this child to be out of your life. I don't know, guys. I have issues with these things in Dastak, honestly. I feel like some character arcs are not justified, honestly. I truly, I'm saying no person is angel, no person is devil. There is a gray, but the way especially these two characters have been portrayed, Firoz and Fiza, even I feel like Saif has been portrayed better than him. He's not super like full on evil, even though his actions are going to that direction. But at least he said, okay, Kiran, you know. But this Firoz and Fiza, I don't even want Kabir Mamu to be with her, honestly. Kabir Mamu, no. She's a red flag.
Yeah, beware, Kabir Mamu.
Yeah. I think Kabir Mamu will be like, knock, Dastak to Fiza. Be like, hello. Knock her, Dastak, knock some sense into her. He'll be like, Dastak, knock.
Well, it will not make sense much if she changes. Like, again, if she changes, like, okay, I will be a good person.
It will be like he'll make her realize, excuse me, he will tell Kiran's backstory. I think
so. She will be like, oh my god. So
instead of asking Kiran, right, like, why did you get divorced? She didn't even ask this question. Okay, what was the reason you got divorced from your first? She's just like a bee.
Okay.
And does okay, guys, that's my fiery review. I wanted to be more fiery. I'm just like not feeling my best today, but I would have been more fiery. Anyways, let's move on to
Behroopia.
Behroopia. What are your thoughts? Straight up.
Okay. So,
about these 2 episodes.
Temur is really evil character. Really, the Mikhail is sometimes becoming
dangerous,
Temur.
Also murderous.
Yes, so it is so easy to scare someone with gun. Also, like that poor Zara, poor Zara. Like, I mean, what can she do right now? Of course, and that scene was too intense. Like when he didn't like the soup, he just threw
hot boiling soup. He threw
I just
on her.
dived in right now, but like at some points, I was like, oh my god.
So basically, this guy is squatting literally in Zara's parents' house because Zara left him and she went to her parents, and she's telling her parents, this guy kind of was the reason I tripped over.
And trust me, believe me.
And the mother also,
She's
by the way, walks in on Mikhail talking to Junaid or some other personality. I don't remember exactly which personality
like,
it
get
was.
out or something he was saying, like,
and
shouting.
she like looked, and then she ignored, and then Puppo took her revenge by making the Zara's father think, oh, she is just actually wanting to get out of the marriage because she's still in love with Saim. So I mean, doesn't make sense again, because her family, her parents are shown to be so trusting, and suddenly they are like, oh, but yes, our daughter is maybe confused because she is actually in love. But there are so many clients like, what? Like Zara's husband, your daughter's husband, you just discovered that his mother is not actually his mother but his Khala. They also didn't know. His sister is not his sister but stepsister. Then he wasn't married 2 times. He wasn't married 1 time. He was married 2 times before Zara. They just discovered. Then he comes and bangs his head in front of them.
Yes.
They ignored that. Then the mother witnesses kind of him talking to himself.
So many signs.
And then the other thing, what else do they ignore? Everything that their own daughter is telling them, they ignore, and they're like, oh yeah, okay.
The thing is, right now also, Temur, because he threatened Zara about her family, like her family members and stuff. So I feel like, I don't know what she's gonna do, but she of course definitely wants to go out of, like, from the house, she wants to leave the house. And the other thing was also, the evil thing was also, Mikhail really, he said like his mother was, like, sick. So he really, like, everyone believed him, like Zara's family believed like him. So then he took the Zara, and Zara was like saying, for example, Atif, weren't you in Islamabad? Like, how are you, like, but what is it called? The mother, like, she was calling, what's the mother-in-law?
Auntie.
She was calling her aunt. So she was saying, auntie, are you fine?
Yeah, and auntie is very fine.
She's TK.
Auntie, yeah, TK.
So yeah, I mean, so evil.
Yeah.
He's lying. He's threatening.
Deceiving
He's
her.
painting very ajib pictures. Creepy. And what was that? Without eyes.
That he said, so this one of my wife was successful in escaping me. I guess this is the wife whose fate we didn't know. Now we know. She escaped me, but then I took her eyes. That is so scary.
How? Also, how?
That is so scary. I don't know what. Like, that is so scary. I mean, this guy, basically, one wife of his suicided, but it more feels like a murder. If you live in these conditions, it's actually a murder.
Definitely.
The other wife, he is saying he took her eyes out.
Also,
and then this time he threw hot, like, this is physical abuse. He choked her in one of the previous episodes.
Also, the other thing is also, it is, of course, it should not be any, like, physical or mental, like, abuse and stuff, but it is not just mental also. It's done right now, it is becoming more physical and
and like, more than physical, it's more life-threatening. I'm not saying just a slap, that's like
so
you
much
like God, like, that is so
violent.
bad, physical abuse. But his kind of physical abuse is like almost like a serial killer type or some I don't know, torture.
It is, but it is not that just mental torture. It is like really physical also.
Yes.
How can you throw a soup to someone like?
Yes, because now he has
What are you?
discovered that Zara was in love with this guy before
Yeah,
she
sign.
married him, and he's now paranoid about that all
Yeah.
all thing that, oh, you are cheating me or you will cheat on me, so he takes her phone away, so he's also controlling her phone, so he's and he's supervising whenever she talks to her family and everything, so this things are escalating.
Also,
But I will say here, as a flaw, one flaw, definitely the parents, like if the father really thought like, oh, your mother-in-law is sick, you should go visit, go with your daughter maybe to
Yeah.
see. The daughter is saying, no, father, don't believe him, this guy lies, and he's like, no beta, but you go, your mother-in-law
Yeah.
is very nice to, then go with her na, to confirm the situation. Okay, he didn't go. And so the parents, I really find them flawed, because the mother, also Zara's mother, is like, oh, why are you pareshan, worried about Zara will be fine. I mean, you saw your daughter's husband talking to himself. Okay, anyways. And the second flaw is, for me, is there is a lack in Zara. Okay, shouting, very good acting is fine when she has to shout, but I feel like a lack of fear. Or am I maybe, or I
Maybe.
think there is, but she
Did
is
you
just in shock
Did
maybe.
you realize also actually he's becoming less Mikhail? Like
Yeah.
he's most likely Kabir, Temur.
Yeah.
And some
Or
other
today, this time
like
also
he's-
his teacher personality came.
Yes.
That freaked Zara
Yeah.
out. His mother, I guess, also came again. The depressed personality, Junaid, who wants him
Yeah.
to kill himself.
I feel like it's less Mikhail right now, very less.
Yeah.
Like Mikhail is not coming much. Mikhail, the
Yeah.
other characters are most right now like
I mean, you feel for the guy, and Zara says to him also, you are becoming your oppressor,
Yeah.
and you are oppressing the people who didn't do anything to you,
he's
like
becoming
me.
like his father.
And so I don't know. I mean, I'm really intrigued by Behroopia still, I will say. I'm very curious, because one thing I will definitely say in Behroopia's favor is that they are revealing you things very episode by episode, or so that's good. Unlike Hamraz,
True.
where it's totally flop, this makes sense, because now we know, oh, what he did to his other wife. Oh, Qasim is
Yeah.
still alive, even though we had kind of guessed that. But they are confirming that with time, so I like that.
My
But just
other
these
thing I
little
would say,
flaws.
do you think Qasim will come in the show?
Yes, I think there will be some showdown.
Right.
If he's alive for a reason. He's gonna come back. Maybe to get back his wealth, his house. I don't know, for something. He's gonna come.
Or
There's
do you
gonna
think
be...
he will be better, like becoming better person? Do you think can he become like that?
I don't think.
He's like more like a forgive me, my son.
I don't
kind of a-
think, or I don't think that's even necessary.
Because what if he's right now very, like, for example, sick or like very old? Like, can he like do evil things? Do you think?
No, I think, I don't know those things. Actually, that's a good place to predict. But I feel like he might come as a closure of Mikael's character. Like, he will come and Mikael will maybe realize, actually, this is the guy that I need to throw everything at, not the other people that I'm torturing around me. So, because like, I don't know.
Do you think it will be too late when he realizes that?
Yes, I don't think Zara is gonna, and I really don't think she should live with him. Like, you empathize with Mikael, because he's had a very, very tough, very abusive childhood. But Zara shouldn't be the one who has to
Punished.
be punished for it. She shouldn't be the one. This guy needs medical treatment, like proper in a proper psychiatric ward. Maybe he needs to go into rehab and then come back to life. He needs those kind of things, and proper heavy medication he needs, because we see he's like this. He changes personalities. He's a danger to himself, because one of
And
his personalities
to other
telling him
people
to
also.
like, be done with yourself. So yes, to other people also. But in this thing, again, I will say this, like, I kind of like the way they are making other characters grey, in the sense of like the mother, his Khala, Mikael's Khala, she seemed very indifferent and very selfish in the beginning, but now she is more empathetic to Zara. She takes care of Zara and she's sweeter. However, we thought that Anaya was actually the more caring one, but Anaya is a selfish bee.
Again?
Because she's so bad to Atif. She's making her own husband's life hell by instigating Mikhail against him, and then she is also not nice to Zara.
But also, I will say the same thing for example, we were talking about Dastak. Some characters are, for
Grey.
example, very like Anaya is also a little bit sometimes like that. For example, she sometimes shouts at Mikhail like,
Yes.
"Don't do this. Yeah,
Yes.
enough is enough," and stuff. And sometimes also she's on his side and she's
Yeah.
defending him. So I feel like, which place are you like?
Yeah. My thing is like I really appreciate the effort to make grey characters, because that's how it should be. Because then usually what happens in old dramas, or even still some Pakistani dramas, one character is super evil, so evil that there is no, and one is super angel, they will not say anything. Those aren't realistic. This is realistic. But Anaya's stance is confusing. She didn't want Mikhail to be married, but now I feel like her main thing is that Zara shouldn't kind of escape, because then she will tell everyone about Mikhail. But also, how is this thing secret about Mikhail? This is also a question mark to me. Because he's so, like we said, he gets triggered like this. How does the world not know? There are servants in the house who can tell, drivers, servants. He has I don't know. So some elements are, like, but as of all, I feel like overall this drama is a good effort, because it's the most unique show running right now.
Definitely.
The most unique out of all the shows. Even I would say Parvarish, because Parvarish is the best out of all this for me at least. But Behroopia is definitely unique, the most unique in this lineup of current dramas. So guys, also, what's up with Saim? I didn't like him, but he's back. What's gonna happen? I don't know. Let's find out.
She called him to like stay away from me, kind of.
Yes, but also you ruined my life. Stay away from me.
And my husband is a very dangerous man. So like,
you are telling, why would you even call him? I feel like by calling him, you're putting him in more danger. You shouldn't call him. Now you've made him. He might want to come and inquire why are you being scared?
Or she's so helpless. Maybe we can think like this also. She's so helpless. So I don't know.
I understand now. She's helpless.
Maybe she's thinking, even if Saim dies or something, it is fine. Maybe she's like, because she cannot take the risk of her family members.
No, I don't know what kind of job does Saim have in Australia that he can be in Pakistan for months and months and months.
And are they gonna pay him?
He didn't even say I'm working remotely. That would be believable, because now you can work remotely. He's like, I'm on vacation. Like he just said, I can stay here. I mean, can you? Is it possible? Or did I miss that? Maybe I missed that. I don't know if they said that. So guys, and Pupho is still intolerable, and who is she having that affair with? That to me it seems like it's Mikhail, but we will see.
We will see.
That should be interesting. And that's all. Let's move on to...
That's all from my side also. Let's move on to Sher.
Sher.
Meow. Meow. It's not loud. It's meow. Is it?
So.
But no, it's not that. Like, people can understand it wrong. Like, this drama is not bad.
No, I was just being whatever. This drama is fine. It's just typical story. Almost typical.
It's typical, almost typical,
They've added a different angle of like the hero heroine. We know who the hero heroine of the show are, but as of now, they are not in love with each other or have any feelings for each other. They are just grateful to each other, or let's say more like the girl is grateful. What was her name? Fajr is grateful to Sher for basically saving her life. Did he save her life or rescuing her? I don't know, whatever. But, guys, I know in drama, it's a drama. It's a show. It's fictional. Coincidences can happen. Even in real life, it can happen. But when you show coincidences 2 times in a row in 2 episodes, it is too much. And you're not in a village like Zard Patton Ka Ban, where you would definitely, it's very normal they will run. You're in a village or in a small city which has just main city center. So most big mall is there, big hospital is there, whatever. So you know you will run into each other. Believable. You are living in a city like Lahore, which is a big city, right? And you run into each other, Sher and Fajr I'm talking about, twice, same asylum. It's so, and it's not even like just them having coincidence with each other. It's 3 people. How? So she is working in this asylum. Then he says to his fiance, I need to meet you. Can we meet? Oh yes, my school trip or my college trip is going to this asylum. And then he is invited as a chief of guest to the same asylum. 3 coincidence. Then in the second episode, again, oh, I'm waiting for you outside the parlor. First of all, she's going on a date with him. Why does she need to be in a salon? Who goes to a salon for a date? That's too high maintenance. I'm sorry, Sher, beware. Anyways, so he's waiting outside, and who comes first out of the salon? Fajr. Because her sister is getting ready for her wedding in the same.
And he's mashallah with his phone like
that scene
he's looking and he's still recording. He's looking, he's still recording.
So, sorry to say, bonga scene.
Bong.
So like, what is the coincidence? So both times his fiance, Sher's fiance, gets jealous and insecure, and first he kind of downplays it, then he's like, oh, are you like, no, blah blah blah. Also, you just tell her the whole story. Why has he told her that she's actually my cousin betrayed her, so I just have sympathy for her. He didn't say. Just explain. If you explain, she will probably not feel jealous. I don't know. Anyway, so he says, to his fiance, I don't know his fiance's name, so I keep saying his fiance. When you walk out of the parlor, I want to take a video of you. Okay. Okay. Do people do this in love? Maybe I'm too old-fashioned because you never. Why didn't you do this with me?
Didn't I do?
Why didn't you say, oh, you will step out of the bus? I will be making a
step
video
out of the bus.
I mean, I didn't go to a parlor, so I'm just saying. You know.
Okay, next time I go, then I should maybe record you.
Very romantic, by the way. Yeah. So then he's making a video, right, like this. And then first who comes? Not his fiance, Fajr. And he's like so shocked, but his hand is like this. But hand is like this. Bhai, lower your phone, let her pass, then put your phone up again.
It reminded me Hamraz.
Or stop recording and then resume.
Can you also give me time a little bit?
No, I wanted to finish my thought. Sorry. Hamraz, what in Hamraz?
I was saying Hamraz, that scene with the gun scene. Don't you remember?
True.
It was 5 minutes he was like holding.
Instead of quickly putting it down.
This scene was also the same.
Why are you recording her? Just pause the video, put your phone down. And by the way, if you're shocked, he was shocked. Usually you don't keep your hand goes down.
Yeah, I mean, you realize then after that, okay, then maybe I shouldn't record.
Also, what was the reason of being so shocked? As if he's seen a ghost.
And the other thing is also why Fajr didn't see him also. Imagine if someone is recording you like this and you are like
yes. She does see him, she is waving at him, and at the same time she sees Fajr also. But before she didn't. I don't know.
Fajr didn't see him.
Fajr didn't see him. True, Fajr. She was busy with her sister, so I'm like, okay.
Someone is recording you there.
But across the road in the car, maybe I can... That is digestible to me. What is not digestible? I am in shock. I want to record I want to record you, but some old uncle comes and I still keep recording. Oh, why do I want a stranger, guys? I mean, I don't know. That scene to me was like question mark, just to add conflict between him and his fiance. They did that. Then she deletes the video, right?
Yes.
Girl, please. I don't like insecurity. You know me, I'm not a jealous person. Are you a jealous person?
Am I?
Be truthful.
Okay, yes, I am.
Confess. But, what more to add? We talked about this. I mean, in Sher, what else happened? The Chacha is...
Oh, his plan, mashallah, failed successfully. This
Chacha
word I really like.
I'm gonna emotionally manipulate my brother. I'm gonna say, I resign. I am being disrespected. We are having issues. The house is getting too much into conflict. So it's better for me to leave. And he's thinking his brother will be like, no, I want you to stay.
And what does he say?
तुम ठीक कह रहे हो। ये रोजाना घर में बदनस्गी हो, मैं भी नहीं चाहता। तुम्हारा फैसला ठीक है। मैं तुम्हें नहीं रोकूंगा।
He's like, yeah, I think you are right. The house is, you should start your own business.
And they are like, huh? What?
Mission failed.
Yeah, successfully. Mission failed successfully. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, so that was actually nice. I was expecting that. Again, I'm used. You remember?
I was confused a little. Maybe he will say, "Yeah, Pai, yeah, don't do this, Pai." Like,
Okay, the thing is, I will tell you how Pakistani dramas work. You need to push them, right? The guy needs to have needs to have a reason to kill his own brother.
Yeah, that is also true. Actually, he was saying.
So why would he kill his own brother if his brother is like
he was saying,
giving him
I
job?
will like kill even if it goes to that level or something. He was saying that, yeah.
So guys, I mean, only the Ahad or Fahad, which one was the one who got beaten? Fahad.
Yes.
Fahad got beaten up again because he again
What about that
tries to be batmeez with Sher.
the
Fake injuries.
fake
They put
injury,
very fake
yes.
injuries. And so Sher like gives him like ta-ta and then ta-ta in the asylum. And then he takes his gun when Sher comes home. But Chachu, his father, is saying, no. But anyways, I mean, there are some repetitions in the scenes. I will definitely say that Chachu scene is
how are
repetitive.
they gonna do also? For example, in the house, someone is shooting gun. Like everyone would come there, and what were they gonna explain? For example, I shot my like.
I think it was just they are just showing that this character is so unhinged.
They are cousins, right? They are cousins.
They're cousins.
I shot my cousin.
Just that he's so unhinged. Like he will be wanting to do this. They are just evil. He's a pervert. He tried to touch the little girl. I'm saying little. She's not that little, but I mean the youngest sister, the daughter. He tried to like. Oof, I hate these things, but these are true. So me cringing is a good thing. It means it's effective.
Yeah.
And then, and the two.
No.
And the two wives at them usually gives me this look when he's like. Times. So I'm like, I was waiting for that. The two wives having one-on-one with each other, going like, you have control over money. The choti, the two wives of Badr. What is his name? Rais Badr.
Badr.
What was Sher's name?
Badr Zaman or something.
Yes, Rais Badr Zaman. Sher Zaman. Evet, Sher Zaman. So they are like going at each other all the time, going for each other's neck. I don't even know why they interact much. The younger one always comes to the older one. I mean, the second wife comes to the first wife, and the first wife is always insulting, and then she's some like they exchange dialogues and then they go. But by the way, one thing I will say here, they basically showed us that his first wife was not very educated. She was a village woman. That's why he also married his second wife. He wanted his second wife to be a more educated woman. I understand second wife being educated, she comes off like that. But the first wife doesn't come off as an uneducated village woman. She also comes off as educated, the way she's talking. So I feel like, I don't know, the acting there is missing a little bit. Like it should have been more village woman type. Because there is that difference, like more dehati aurat and a city or there's a difference. I'm not saying that there is any difference in like being jahil or they can be very like my nano was not very educated. She came from a small village city, but she was extremely sophisticated in her ways. I'm not saying that, but just some difference. There is not much difference that comes across except for their demeanors. I feel like I'm babbling right now. Maybe it's my headache. Yaar, say no. You are making absolute sense, my dear lovely wife. I will make a video of you right now. Which you already are.
No. I've thought if you have some kind of like heaviness. Yes. So because of that, we
can wrap up.
Yeah.
So guys, actually there isn't much to say anymore. The plans are gonna go off. Things are gonna get intense. The Fajr's family is still boycotting Fajr. Her dad is always passively attacking her. Passive aggression. What was it called?
Let's wrap it up. Baby.
Let's wrap it up. So guys, share your thoughts, like, subscribe and share. Yes. And let's move on to word of the day. Pause. Today's word is Behroopia, brought to you by Behroopia.
Yes. Brought by.
Brought to you by Green Entertainment.
Yeah. And in English, what did we say?
Like someone in disguise.
Disguise.
Yeah.
Yes. We should say in English also. And Turkish word is taklitçi. Taklitçi means kind of, yes, that's person. It means.
Guys, have a lovely week. Keep us in your prayers and thoughts. Alhamdulillah, we are fine. I'm just saying general prayers. And we pray for you, and everyone is happy because the world literally needs it. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Share.
subscribe.
This is so girly.
No, it isn't.